Once upon a time, water froze. We're not going back that far, but that's how stories begin. And in hockey, there are so many stories to tell. From the first moment players step on the ice, taking their first stride, the memories begin. That first rush of wind, that first stick handle, that first fall, it's all part of our game. Moments on the ice, players, coaches, officials, volunteers, to memories off the ice. Youth hockey, player development, officiating education, girls hockey, try hockey for free, coaching education. These are programs that make our stories possible. To each of you who plays a role, thank you. Tonight, we celebrate your contribution to the game of hockey. And together, we are all part of one game, countless stories. And now, please welcome distinguished NHL and Bleacher Report host and content creator, Johnny Lazarus.
I don't want it to be too loud. Is that okay? Distinguished is a new one for me. I don't know who gave the voice to that one, but I appreciate it. First of all, I'm Johnny Lazarus, and before I get this evening going, I just want to thank USA Hockey, the AAHA, and to everyone who traveled to be here tonight. Just to get the temperature of the room quick, raise your hand if you're rooting for the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup. And raise your hand for the Oilers. All right, that proves my theory. The Oilers are America's team. It's an honor to be hosting up. And I'm sure many of you are wondering who I am. And if you look at my elite prospects, you'll see I was never good enough to win any awards. This is actually my first award ceremony ever. I grew up in Syosset, Long Island. I played for the 1996 Long Island Gulls, Long Island Royals. And I take a lot of pride in the fact that I grew up in this area and I was to be here tonight. And now working in the NHL and talking to a lot of NHL players and meeting ones that grew up here and played through these programs, it's very cool to have that instant friendship with young kids who have matured and have understood how I came up in the world and have that instant friendship with them and relationship with them, and it helps me do what I do. So I'm very proud to be up here tonight, and I just wanted to make that known to everybody in this room. So if I haven't met you yet, don't be shy. Come shake my hand. We can chat. We can become friends, and I hope to create a lot of relationships with all of you after this evening. So without further ado, I'll shut up. We'll get the fun started, and let's get this thing rolling.
Please welcome USA Hockey Congress Representative Frank McGady.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all out there. I can't see anyone now. I'm blinded. Anyway, okay. I feel so privileged now. I was actually in the video. I was the guy giving out the hats, so that was one of my favorite jobs. My New Jersey friends all tell me that, oh, time to give out medals. Where's Frank? And now we do hats, but I've gotten the wrist movement where I can get that hat, snap it right on that kid before he can grab it out of my hand. So, because they have to bend it and twist it, and before they put their hats on. But anyway, all right. I guess we're going to start with the scholarships. Good. Okay. I was smart. I have the printout, but what I did was I made photos of it, so I didn't have to go searching through emails. Because for all I know, I could find an email from last year. I'll be giving out last year's award winners again. You're laughing. That's what I came up with. Anyway, all right. Let's see here. Let me find the picture. Okay. Okay, Jason, you gave the boy first. So let's go with the girl first. Is Ashley here? Chavotsek? She is? Yes? No? Ashley, are you out there? I've been looking all night, but I'm trying to read name tags, but they keep flipping over, and I'm So then I found that the picture's there, so I'm trying to match up photographs. So I guess not. Well, okay, so we'll just, what's that? Oh. She skipped all this for a prom? That's why she won the scholarship as an intelligent female athlete. But we'll talk about her anyway. Let's see here. Ashley Chavostik. I've been practicing that name too. She's been playing ice hockey since she was 8 years old and has been part of the New Jersey Colonials for the past 4 seasons. 2 years ago, she was awarded the Donna Gariglia Achievement Award by the organization, and this year was recognized with the George Charette Award. Ashley will use the scholarship to obtain a radiology degree and plans to remain connected to the game by becoming an official. And that's pretty cool. This year, oh, there she is, okay. This upcoming season. So let's give a big round of applause, even though she's at the prom and won't hear us. I'm sure she's having more fun. All right, okay, now we're gonna go to, let's see here. Okay, there was an introduction. I didn't know Jason had written this. Good evening, everyone. That's what happens when you start with the girl first. Each year, I've had the pleasure of reviewing the submitted scholarships applications. This year, I decided, it's always been just me, so I decided this year to form an actual scholarship committee. I'm a history teacher at Hudson Catholic High School in Jersey City. And one of my coworkers is also a history teacher, doesn't do hockey, so he was the other part of the committee. So we actually, interesting enough, he grabbed all the applications. I took it. He went to his classroom. I went to mine. We circled and we came back and we actually hit the same people. And so it's pretty impressive, actually. So anyway, each year, and Jason wrote that, and each year the applicants impress me more and more with the work they do in school. Very good, Jason. That sounds good. Actually, it is very impressive if you see this, for their communities and in hockey. Okay, so I'd like to call up our boys winner. Make sure I want to make sure I don't call up last year's winner. So let's see. To start our scholarship honorees, I have the pleasure of recognizing John Huth with the Lou Manzioni Scholarship. All right, give him a hand. John is here. Come on up, John. You could help me out here. This way I'm not all by myself. And his picture, hey, John, your picture's up there. Wait till you hear his stuff. I mean, John is a senior in high school. Well, I assume he's in high school. At Passaic County Tech STEM Academy. For those that don't know what STEM is, it's science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Did I get that right? I teach history. I don't know STEM. He's a 4-year varsity athlete in both hockey and golf. So you have something to do after your hockey career is over, you just start golf. He was part of the Bulldogs, I assume that's your high school name, okay. 3-time Passaic County Championship teams and also won the Big North Gold title. The Big North, not the Little North, the Big North. John earned All-League and All-County honors in golf and was a team captain. Academically, John took numerous AP and honor courses. We were very impressed with that, my friend Joe and I, with his STEM high school with concentrations in computer science. He maintained a GPA over 4.0 with principal's honor roll for all 4 years of high school and was inducted to the National Honor Society and World Language Honor Society. And his SATs were, drum roll please. Tell him. 1440. Alex is back there thinking, wow, 1440. What were your SATs, Alex? Never mind. It's too long ago, right? He has played travel hockey since he was 6 years old, primarily for the Montclair Blues, being part of teams that won a league championship and reaching as far as the districts. This season, John finished in the top 5 in points and assists in the New Jersey Youth Hockey League. A highlight for John was being captain of his team at the Quebec Pee Wee tournament in 2020. Giving back to the community is important to John, as he has had a long-standing involvement with several charities, including the American Legion, Oasis, A Haven for Women and Children, and the Henrik Lundqvist Foundation. For the American Legion, John has interviewed numerous local veterans for the Library of Congress Living History Project. It's pretty cool. Won their National Americanism Essay Contest and was selected to attend Boys State as a junior. John organized numerous food drives for the children at Oasis, often tapping into his hockey network to extend the reach and volume of his donations. With HLF, John has served as an ambassador, mentor, and a HLFYA alumni service event liaison of the alumni group. You seem younger than that. Okay, this is a tough part here. John is an avid fan of the New York Rangers. Sorry, Devil fans. Tim, what are we going to do? Where's Tim? I saw you right there, Tim. How did we get him up here? He's a Devils. John is an avid New York Rangers fan, attending his first game at Madison Square Garden when he was just 3 years old, and his passion for hockey and the Rangers grew from there. This passion led John to being selected as the NHL Power Play in 2024, where he has been an active member of the league's Youth Advisory Board, helping the league grow the game. John will be attending Wake Forest University in the fall, where he intends to study finance and plans to continue his hockey career as part of their club team. All right, so let's give John a big hand. Jason's going to bring your award out. Thank you, everyone.
Please welcome to the stage Flyers Cup Committee President, Eric Ty.
Where's Jeremy? Come on up. Frank, I have a script. They emailed it to us. We just read right off of it. Good evening, everyone. This year's Male High School Player of the Year is Jeremy Rayer from Holland, Pennsylvania. He has played hockey since he was 8 years old. He skated with Genesis Hockey Club and Philadelphia Revolution. For high school and middle school, he played for Council Rock South High School and was recently awarded the Matt Harrington Memorial Scholarship. Later this summer, Jeremy is heading off to Penn State, where he plans to continue his studies in the health field. Let's give a hand for Jeremy.
Please welcome Atlantic Affiliate Vice President of High School, John Graves, to the stage.
Thank you. I'm honored this year to present the Female High School Player of the Year and a scholarship to Olivia Jacoby. Olivia? What makes this special is Olivia has been an AAHA player since she was 8 years old. She attended Penncrest High School, where she made the boys varsity team as a freshman and as a 4-year letterwoman at Penncrest. In her spare time, she helps younger goalies by mentoring them. And you plan to go to Penn State, where she continues to play hockey, and she's going to major in nursing. Congratulations to Olivia Jacoby. Female.
All right. Congratulations to the 4 players and their achievements. Next up, we're going to turn to the third team on the ice, our officials. Each year it becomes more difficult to find new officials who are willing to put on the stripes and learn the art of managing the game. So let's welcome our referee-in-chief, Jim Doyle, to the stage, who will honor one of our young officials.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're going to recognize Harris Hunsberger, who will be the recipient of the Daniel Triano Award. Harris, if you come up, please. Harris will be graduating from North Penn High School next Tuesday. He started playing hockey at the age of, in 7th grade. He started officiating shortly afterward when he entered 10th grade. He has developed a passion for the game. During his junior and senior year, he joined the Philadelphia Blind Hockey Group on the ice for their fundraising and awareness events at Hatfield Ice Center. Where's Hatfield? Who's here? Where's Brian? He's here somewhere. He feels that events like those are an opportunity to allow people, particularly children, to learn and play ice hockey. Experiences like these have shown him that he wants to enter a profession that assists, engages, and inspires people. In a few months, he'll be headed to the University of Hawaii. Please join me in celebrating Harris's achievements.
Please welcome Atlantic Affiliate Special Hockey Representative Alex DePalma to the stage.
To be young, not me. I asked Jason for special permission because I know it cut me off. I just wanted to, leading into what I'm up here for tonight, I just wanted to tell, not as long as Frank, but a short story about something that brought us to where we are today with John O'Connell, our Disabled Athlete of the Year nationally. So we scheduled a game. I got a call from one of my former coaches at the Brick Hockey Club, said, "You still have the special needs hockey program?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You guys used to do this event on an outside rink. Glenn, Maureen, everybody from the district came. It was a real good, Kevin Fox used to bring the Devils down. It was a real feel-good moment for hockey. Everybody was there." So it didn't take long when he said, "Hey, would you like to play that game up here at Navison Country Club?" Sure. So we called the New Jersey Devil Warrior team. So special hockey players playing the Warrior players on the ice. My players are a lot older now, a lot stronger, a lot faster. So it became a very competitive game. And believe it or not, at times I had to go and say, "Guys, they're special needs kids. They didn't mean to hit you." So in this game where they're playing, I invited Philly Blind. Kelsey's here tonight, had Philly Blind. I said, "Why don't you come up, talk to Maureen," said, "set up a kiosk here. Oh, and by the way, if you have a couple of players, why don't you bring them up?" So Kelsey brought up a couple of players under the age of 10, I believe. So on the ice, I made him bring, if you haven't seen blind hockey, you play with a metal puck with ball bearings in to follow the sound. So we introduced that to the fans that were there too. So the blind players, the young blind players went on the ice with my special needs kids. You saw my kids interacting with them, pushing them toward the net, get to the net. And they kept getting in the way, my guys, and I have to separate them. Well, what I didn't know was on the Warrior team was John, who was also a blind hockey player. Well, they immediately, the kids and John, developed a bond on the ice. Except my special needs kids kept going after John and wouldn't let him score. But he was just such a happy guy out there, taking everything in stride. So this game between special needs kids and Warrior teams and brought in the blind players. John gave an unbelievable speech at the national meeting. He had everybody in stitches. And he also told a story that when they went away to a tournament, those two blind players saw him there, and they call him our outside friend, because they had never met another blind player that played hockey that was an adult. So you had that. The next thing that I was really surprised by is the next morning, Sunday morning, after the Saturday game, I had practice for our special needs program, the Brick Stars. And as I'm looking to the other side of the glass, I see one of the Warrior players that were played in the game the day before. So I opened the door and I said, "Hey, how you doing? What brings you here today?" He said, "I have a son with autism, and I brought him out to skate with your kids today, and this is the longest he's ever skated on the ice. He never did it with me." So from that one game, all this came about. And doing what most of you done, most of you know me from being at the Brick Hockey Club as a coach for 38 years and a coaching director for 25. Our goal for the team is to try to make it to nationals. Well, what happened that weekend in what I do now was my national championship. It was just great to see all this come together. So I just wanted to share that. I hope you didn't mind. Last week, our delegation had the honor of joining USA Hockey in celebrating John O'Connell as Disabled Athlete of the Year out in Denver. John is part of our New Jersey Warrior program. Based out of northern New Jersey, he has played hockey since he was 7 years old and is a distinguished veteran of the United States Air Force. If you could please honor John and his daughter that are sitting at the table right here. John, you want to stand up? Tonight, I also have the honor and pleasure in recognizing a program, but not just any program. A disabled program with a lasting legacy, the Wings of Steel. Founded in 2001 by the Brake family, the idea came when Tom Brake was refereeing a tournament and stumbled over a sled hockey player. The player laughed and turned the moment into camaraderie and not injury. With just 4 players in April, the Wings of Steel exploded into a team of 18 by June. Their mission was always been clear: creating a welcoming, inclusive space where the individuals with disabilities can experience the thrill of hockey. They do this through fun, support, and no financial barriers. Their players have, with some reach the Paralympic stage and bring home bronze and gold medals. And spirit of the rink into an impactful careers as lawyers, physicians, assistants, and more. Tonight, we celebrate the legacy of Tom Brake and the everlasting success of the Wings of Steel, our Atlantic affiliate Disabled Discipline Award recipient, Wings of Steel. All of us that were at the Sled Hockey National Championship had the honor of seeing Tom there that night and his family. It was good to see him.
For that really. Microphone. There you go. Okay, so that wraps up our scholarship presentations for the evening, and we wish our graduating seniors the best in their future endeavors, and we look forward to our disabled hockey programs growing even more. Now we're going to transition into one of the pinnacle awards of the evening. It started in 20. The Sniper Award recognizes people and organizations who have given back to our game. I'll speak louder in case the microphone is giving out, if that's okay. This year, we had the honor of presenting the award to a family who has given so much to hockey, starting right here in the Atlantic affiliate. And to introduce the award, I want to welcome up Andy Abramson, the co-chair of the Snyder Award Selection Committee.
Good evening. When Ed Snyder committed to supporting amateur hockey in the Delaware Valley, he did so with the goal to promote, stimulate, and develop the sport for future generations to come. That didn't just mean supporting the players. It meant building a community of parents who cared, creating programs that would get those parents to become coaches, managers, and administrators, and establishing a pathway for players to grow up and do the same thing with their families. I should know. I helped start that. 4 years ago, when we approached the Snyder family to create this award in their father's honor, it was established to recognize those members of the hockey community who have done more than just play or coach or officiate the game or attend some meetings. The Ed Snyder Award exists to recognize those who really made a big difference. That's why when the committee met, we also decided to do something different. We chose not an individual, but a family. Tonight, the Ed Snyder family and the Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association are honored in so many ways, and with a touch of sorrow, to recognize the Gaudreau family for their years of commitment and their ongoing support to what amateur hockey in the Delaware Valley is all about. And with that, let's watch the video.
When I first started the foundation, I got a letter from a young girl who said, before this foundation, I had no hope in life. And I decided to follow her through the rest of the years as she was in the program. She graduated high school. She got a scholarship to Westchester College. She's on the dean's list. She's on the hockey team. And she's a wonderful citizen of our city. And we've got a lot of stories like that. And I got to tell you, it makes me real proud.
Ed Snyder was a visionary who brought hockey to the Philadelphia and greater Delaware Valley marketplace at a scale never before seen. As part of his mission, he expanded access to the game for children and families in the Atlantic affiliate. In honor of his commitment to amateur ice hockey, the Snyder family and Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association are proud to award the Snyder Award, recognizing the steadfast commitment of hockey leaders.
In rinks across the Atlantic affiliate, hockey is more than a game. It's a way of life. And for the Gaudreau family, it's a calling. For decades, the Gaudreaus have been champions of amateur hockey. What began as parents supporting their kids became a lifelong dedication to the sport as coaches, mentors, volunteers, and ambassadors. Guy Gaudreau brought passion and guidance to the ice, helping shape young players not only into better athletes, but better people. Jane Gaudreau has been an engine behind the scenes, organizing, cheering, and always showing up. Their commitment laid the foundation for countless young players at events like the Squirt Jamboree. But their legacy isn't measured by NHL goals. It's measured by early morning practices, shared car rides, post-game smiles, and the belief that every kid deserves a chance to play. Tonight, the Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association proudly presents the Ed Snyder Award to the Gaudreau family for their unwavering support, boundless generosity, and profound impact on amateur hockey. Thank you, Gaudreaus, for giving more than you ever had to, and for making hockey a home for all.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Glenn Heffron, the Atlantic Affiliate President. It's an honor to be here tonight, and I want to congratulate all the award winners. Tonight, we are proud to honor a family whose name, presence, spirit has long been the heartbeat of our hockey community. The Gaudreaus, Guy, Jane, Johnny, Matthew, Kristen, and Katie are not just part of the Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association, they're part of its soul. For years, Guy Gaudreau was a staple behind the bench and on the ice, coaching players at Hollydale, the Hollydale Hurricanes, the Little Flyers. His passion and patience shaped lives far beyond the scoreboard. His players learned how to work hard, how to treat people, and how to carry themselves with joy and humility, lessons that Johnny and Matthew embodied so naturally. Jane, Kristen, and Katie were quite the force behind him, supporting, cheering, sacrificing, and lifting others in ways that only hockey families can understand. Together, they created something rare and beautiful. After the unimaginable loss of Johnny and Matthew, the Gaudreaus did only what the strongest among us could do. They stood up, they showed up, and they continue to give from Calgary to Columbus, their appearances in the USHL, their heartfelt return to Hollydale, where the Gaudreau named rink now stands and bears their family name. They have carried their boys' legacy with grace, purpose, and courage. Earlier this year, they were honored guests at the Philadelphia Rebels North American Hockey League game. They were welcomed not just as a grieving family, but enduring pillars of our hockey community. That moment reminded me, and I think reminded everyone that was there that night, the love that they share for this game is deeper than the game itself. Now their story includes the Gaudreau family 5K run. I hope Jane and Guy will give me a pass on that one. Not a good runner. But the fundraising for an inclusive playground, the launch of a new award for Johnny and Matthew's name that will live forever in the USHL, the countless public appearances have turned a personal loss into community healing. Ed Snyder believed that hockey could do much more than entertain. It could build people, create a sense of belonging, and serve others. The Gaudreau family has lived that ideal. Please know to the Gaudreau family, we, your hockey community, will always be here for you. We will carry Johnny and Maddie's legacy forward with pride, with purpose, and with love. Their memory will remain vital, their impact worthy, their names forever honored in our rinks, hearts, and stories across this district and the entire hockey community. So tonight, on behalf of the Atlantic District hockey family and the Snyder family, it is my deepest honor to welcome the Gaudreau family to the stage to accept the 2005 Ed Snyder Award.
On behalf of the Gaudreau family, I want to sincerely thank the Ed Snyder Selection Award Committee for the selection of this prestigious award. It is a tremendous honor, and we are deeply grateful. Thank you also for helping us to honor John and Maddie. I know many of you participated in the virtual Gaudreau Family 5K, and we are truly touched that you chose to support our boys in such a meaningful way. As most of you know, hockey has always been a big part of the Gaudreau lives, and the sport has brought our family so much joy over the years. It has been a pleasure to watch hockey grow and thrive here in New Jersey. We've seen so many young players from our area go on to play in the USHL, college, and even professional careers. Seeing that growth has been incredibly meaningful to our family. This past year has shown us more than ever just how incredible the hockey community truly is. We've heard from people across the world, and it felt like one big heartfelt hug. The love and support you've received the love and support we have received has meant more than words can possibly express. Thank you again for this distinguished honor and for standing alongside our family. Your support has lifted us during the most difficult time of our lives, and we are forever grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations to our first set of honorees. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Enjoy dessert. Hockey is one game, but within it are countless stories. In rinks across the Atlantic Affiliate, our game is being redefined, not by limitations, but by possibility. Disabled hockey has grown from a dream into a powerful movement, one that tells a new story every time a player touches the ice. It's a story of inclusion, of resilience, of a community that believes the game belongs to everyone and proved it. Thanks to passionate families, devoted coaches, and the support of local associations, the Atlantic Affiliate now leads the way in growing adaptive programs. Sled hockey, special hockey, blind hockey, standing amputee, warrior. Each one a chapter in something bigger. One game, countless stories, all united by the love for hockey and the belief that everyone deserves a place on the ice. This is just the beginning, because as long as there's ice, the stories will keep coming.
It's amazing to see how far the game has advanced over the past decade. What started as small programs like the Brick Stars, led by Alex DePalma, who I just spoke to, him and Kelsey, learning more about blind hockey, which is very cool over the past 10 minutes, has grown into a movement across the nation that has expanded access to the game. And that's because of the people in this room. Together, we've gotten thousands of more players onto the ice for the very first time. So let's give everyone a hand for their tireless work helping expand access to the game. And now, please join me in welcoming Atlantic Affiliate President Glenn Heffron back to the stage for our next set of awards.
Before I get to the next set of awards, I wanted to recognize Ryan Cameron, who was named the Dave Peterson Goaltender of the Year in Denver last week by USA Hockey. He started his ice hockey with the Valley Forge Minutemen and Junior Flyers before heading to the North American Junior Hockey League. This season, he led the league with 9 shutouts and took the Lone Star Brahmas to the Robertson Cup Championship game. Please join me in giving a big round of applause to Ryan. So this next two awards is for the Atlantic Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame. This first recipient being inducted into our Hall of Fame is Dave Baughan. And Dave has served as our general counsel for the Atlantic Affiliate, as well as since 2005, serving on USA Hockey's legal counsel. I'm sure most of you can understand that in this day and age, having good counsel and having all of the processes that we have to follow in terms of resolution of disputes and dealing with discipline and litigation and so on. Dave has been a guiding hand for the Atlantic Affiliate. And I will tell you, it's not pro bono, but it's damn near close to pro bono for the amount of time and hours that this man has put in over the years. I have one, his accomplishments are amazing. He spent many years, I think over 25 years in the Coaching Education Achievement Program. Since 1995, coached the Warwick Wildcats, head coach of CB West, Thank you. Coaching ed, the legal work, it has just been a pleasure to have Dave guiding us through those challenges. And USA Hockey General Counsel Casey Jorgensen sent a note which he asked me to read, which is really small on this phone, so I'm going to do the best I can. Dave, congratulations on being inducted into the Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association Hall of Fame. As us lawyers are known for our brevity, not true, neither am I. I will try to keep this short. Believe it or not, we've been working together at USA Hockey legal circles at least since 2008, when you joined us at USA Hockey Legal Counsel. Before that, you were an associate risk manager beginning 20 years ago in 2005. When people tell lawyer jokes in front of me, I always respond with no worries. I don't like lawyers either, which is true. But there are some like you that I truly enjoy working with. In addition to being AHA's counsel, you have represented USA Hockey in multiple cases and have been successful in every one. When our clients haven't been in agreement, you're always ready to roll up your sleeves, do the work, solve the problem in everyone's best interest. Although not always popular, I think that we are working towards what is in the best interest of our respective organizations for thousands of hockey players and members that are part of them. Your longtime background as a youth and high school coach gives you a perspective and into the realities of running a program and team from the ground level, and it helps us all remember what is really important when dealing with legal matters that hit our desk. In looking through old annual guides, I was reminded about some of the incredible volunteers in the Atlantic affiliate history. You, my friend, are certainly included in great company and fully deserve the honor. Congrats again, Dave. Dave, come on up.
Wow. That's all I can say. I didn't expect that from Casey. Geez. It was over 20 years ago. My friend Kenny Haas brought me to this big, wonderful circus. And a short time later, I joined the circus. And I've been here ever since. I'm not sure if I deserve this award, but to the extent I did anything worthy, it was mainly thanks to the great people I work with. Glenn Heffron, who's been an outstanding president in this affiliate and recognized throughout USA Hockey as such. Mike Lichtenberger, and Jake, and John, and Maureen, and everyone at that table who thought this was a good idea. I thank you. I also want to thank friends who I met over 25 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was through hockey. Dan Mullen and Michelle Mullen and Bob Smith and Colleen Smith, who drove all the way from Doylestown to be here tonight with me, which I found very touching. But mainly, I want to thank my wife, Stacy, and my sons, Brandon, Connor, and Trevor, because for those of us in this room who volunteered, we all know that it's your family that many times is bearing the sacrifice of the times that you're away doing your hockey thing. So I just want to end by saying at this stage in my life, I've come to appreciate people more. I appreciate you, and I appreciate this award. Thank you.
Next up into our Hall of Fame. This is really quite an honor for me to be able to do this. This next inductee is Jake Gebhard. Jake has been our treasurer for many seasons, and prior to that, served as our vice president of rinks. I don't know how we tricked you into doing that, because you're way smarter than that. But you served with such distinction, brought a level of integrity to our financial process and how we manage our financial affairs. You did something more incredible in 1997 by breaking ground in what we all know as Oak Center Ice, which opened in 1998 and added a third surface in 2012. That facility has provided thousands of opportunities for young boys and girls and adults and high school programs to have a place to play. And that is probably just the beginning of your contributions to the sport. To your wife, Terry, we are so grateful that you shared Jake with us. Anytime you would see a Valley Forge team, Minutemen or Colonials at Nationals, Jake and Terry would often be there wherever. I've ran into them in Michigan and all kinds of places. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? Wearing their team colors. Doesn't have even a player playing on the team. I think one of the truest marks of a remarkable person is when you look at their children and you see what they've become. Their son Timmy, who's not here tonight, is a highly accomplished lawyer, and their son John, we are so grateful to have involved in our player development program and as the head of the Valley Forge Minutemen and Colonials program. There is nobody with more ethics, integrity, and that is a testament to the kind of parents that you have, John. And I think you and I would agree on that. I was so proud to serve with you all those years, and so grateful for the friendship, the guidance. You and I had some heavy conversations over the years dealing with difficult family matters, and it meant the world to me to be able to call you and share those issues and get that advice and counsel. You've been a dear friend to this district and to all of us. Please, Jake Gebhard, Hall of Fame inductee.
Many thanks to Glenn for making this possible for me, in addition to the other members of the executive committee. It's been a real pleasure to serve, and it's been a pleasure to be part of your community, the hockey community. John, Timmy, Terry, and I guess it's been 40 years we've been involved in it. We're darn close to it. And we have nothing but good memories. And I feel honored that I've been asked to join the hall with the other great names that are on it, that I'm privileged to be listed amongst them. Thank you all.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see the dedicated volunteers who have helped this organization grow and thrive over the years. So I think another round of applause for Dave and Jake is well deserved in their recognition. In this banquet room located just off the turnpike, it's easy to forget how large of an organization the Atlantic affiliate really is. We're a group of nearly 40,000 players, coaches, and officials with thousands more volunteers and administrators who help run our rinks very smoothly. Now, we're going to move on to the next part of our program, where we'll recognize some of the people who have helped make hockey happen right here in the Atlantic affiliate this year. So let's welcome back to the stage Atlantic affiliate referee-in-chief, Jim Doyle.
Before I begin with our local award, I'd like to take a moment to recognize an individual who served our hockey community for over 4 decades, Tony Mariconda. Last week in Denver, Tony Mariconda was the recipient of the Chet Stewart Award. Tony was an official who revolutionized the officiating education program across the nation. He has an everlasting impact on how we train officials, and more importantly, how we teach our officiating coaches who prepare the next generation of those officials on how hockey happens. Please join me in celebrating the life and legacy of Tony Mariconda. Thank you. In addition to recognizing officials with storied careers, we also have the opportunity to celebrate an up-and-comer as the official of the year. If Josh Spungen would join me up here. Thank you. Josh Spungen followed in his father Gary's footsteps and began officiating at the age of 12. At the old age of 21, he's been skating games for just under a decade. His time on the ice has included Tier 1 national championship tournaments for 15U in Wayne, the 16 and 18U in Las Vegas, Nevada, and 15 only and 16U in Madison, Wisconsin. This past season, he joined USA Hockey's Advanced Officiating Development Program to further advance his skills. He has continued climbing the ladder and has started working junior and NCAA Division III games. Josh aspires to continue advancing his USHL and eventually to the professional level, and he is also our master schedule for the most important event that we have in the district, the Mike Jamboree, every year. Please join me in congratulating the official of the year, Josh Spungen.
Thank you, everybody. What an incredible honor it is to stand here as the recipient of the Official of the Year award. It's both humbling and surreal at the same time. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody here at the Atlantic District and my parents who played a role in this recognition. Being a referee isn't always easy. We're tasked with making tough calls in the heat of the moment, often under intense pressure. But we do it because we love the game. This award isn't just about me. It represents the effort of every official I work with, assigners, and the supervisors that dedicate themselves to the game we all love. I want to express my deepest gratitude to Jim Doyle and Glenn Heffron. Your support, professionalism, and commitment to the game have pushed me to be better every single day. To my family for accepting the fact that my playing days were over and there were greener pastures ahead. Your support has been greatly appreciated. Thank you all again, and have a good night.
Please welcome Atlantic Affiliate Representative to USA Hockey Congress, Gene Palecko, to the stage.
Easy, easy. Good evening, everybody. Try to make this one a little bit funny. It's an interesting award tonight. It's the New Leader Award, and I have the honor of recognizing a young man that I have personally seen grow through the officiating community into a leader in our hockey community today, Eric Saylor. Eric, you want to come on up? As Eric's making his way up, interestingly, when we talked about this award, I learned of a record that Eric holds and perhaps how he started his officiating career. The South Jersey High School League's record for the most penalty minutes in a season. Never knew that, Eric. I assume at some point Eric figured he better switch sides and join the officiating community, which was a good choice, by the way. And we're happy that he's made that. Eric's 15-year journey from youth through junior hockey proved successful. However, personally, I'd say that his leadership skills are where Eric shines the brightest, and which I'm one of the proudest for that. With that, one of my best early memories of Eric, officiating career on the road with his older brother, Steve. Everyone knows the Saylor name in the officiating community. They're on a road trip, and it wasn't unusual to stop by my house for just to shoot the shit, grab food, sleep over for the night instead of staying at a hotel. So Steve's got Eric toting along with him, no big deal. And Eric decides to discover the Keurig coffee pot. Well, it was a new device to Eric in the kitchen, and somehow he managed to get that 10-ounce cup of coffee in every drawer, cabinet, and anywhere in the kitchen underneath it. Today in the officiating community, everybody still talks about that day because they thought I was going to lose my shit. I've maintained composure, and Eric is here today. So it's a great story. I'm personally thankful for Eric's willingness to step into the role as the AYHL referee-in-chief, one that's faced with enormous challenge of covering more games with an ever-shrinking pool of officials. Eric has reinvigorated many of the development and evaluation program initiatives started years ago, promoting collaboration with junior leagues to help recruit and retain officials. Eric's professionalism, enthusiasm, and passion for developing young officials is commendable. As Eric continues to find innovative ways to promote officiating growth and the engagement of young officials, I'm confident that his efforts will go and become fruitful. Tonight we celebrate the new leader who is actually a new leader because he's young. We're doing something right, getting young people involved, right? It's not pale male stale up here for a change. So congratulate Eric as we celebrate him tonight. Let's give him a big round of applause as a 2025 New Leader Award.
Oh boy. So I just want to say that it does say deputy referee in chief. So any complaints or negative feedback can still go to Frank Kraus. If we're doing a great job, let me know. I loved playing hockey as a kid, but I was never very good at it. I would always try to beat Coach Ski on the bench to telling me that I probably shouldn't make a breakout pass through the middle of the ice. But that skill or lack thereof was definitely able to help me with refereeing. And I was so happy that story was shared because if Gene didn't tell that story, I was going to. But my officiating career in like higher hockey honestly started on like a Met League road trip when I was with my brother, and Chris Altman called probably 150 other people that weren't available. So it was my turn. And ever since then, I've loved it. I've got a job recently that allows me a little bit more flexibility and more time to do this, and the ability to try to take what me and my brother have learned and haven't learned and make it better for those that are officiating right now is awesome. But even more importantly, like the life lessons and the people that I have met from doing this have set me up in many jobs that I've had and have given me most of my friends today. So if anything, if we can do that with anybody, players, officials, coaches, whatever it is, for me, that is what hockey is, right? It is a sport, but everything else that comes with it and all the people. I don't think there's a single person that I cross paths with on a regular basis outside of my full-time job that I haven't interacted with or drawn into the hockey world in some way. So thank you for all being a part of that. And thank you, Gene, as well, for letting me do this. And thank you, Glenn.
Please welcome to the stage Atlantic Affiliate Executive Vice President, Maureen Thompson-Siegel.
I am not going to show off because I'll fall down. So I'm here to recognize both USA Hockey Length of Service and our Volunteer of the Year. USA Hockey and the Atlantic Affiliate is powered by the contributions of everybody in this room. And we're incredibly giving of your time and your energy and your effort and your passion. And we're very happy to be able to say that we can do all of that for our athletes and their families. This year, it's my pleasure to recognize individuals from our affiliate who were recognized with milestones for their time and energy given to USA Hockey. Glenn Heffron in Denver last weekend was recognized for 25 years of service. Congratulations, my friend. Don Gould, a stalwart for the girls' side of the family here, who's not here to join us tonight, was recognized for 15 years of service. Let's congratulate Don as well. Now on to Volunteer of the Year. It's my honor to recognize one of our volunteers for his service to our affiliate with the 2025 Volunteer of the Year Award, Mr. Eric Ty. Where are you, Eric? You got to come stand up here too. The most impactful volunteers are those who are passionate about their service, and that describes Eric. As the current president of the Flyers Cup Committee, he dedicates countless hours to making sure the end of the season tournament goes off without a hitch. In fact, he has already started on the 2026 tournament, right? Thinking about the seedings and running a smooth multi-week event across multiple rinks. Eric played club hockey for the Wintersport Royals growing up before playing on his first ever Junior Flyers AAA 18U team. Did they actually have that back then? After playing 4 years of varsity hockey at Archbishop Wood, he started coaching. He retired from coaching high school hockey in 2010 and currently serves as assistant coach for Newman University's club team. In addition to running a smooth Flyers Cup tournament, Eric has helped focus the teams on growing the game as well. Most recently, he's recruited ring partners and a dozen teams to help Philly Blind Hockey and our little powerhouse back there, Ms. Kelsey McGuire, growing the blind hockey program in Philadelphia. As we've already heard this evening, he's had a profound effect on all players of all abilities. Eric Ty is our esteemed Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Maureen. I knew something funny was up in the middle of April when Glenn called me out of nowhere to say, happy birthday. Yeah. The Yankees were winning that night too, so I figured something was up. The Flyers Cup isn't a one-person show. We have a lot of people who help us who are here tonight. Jim Britt, Steve Muscani, Rob Bear from the Flyers, the high school league presidents, Ken Haas and John Graves, rink representatives, Brian Pecca and John Graves again. So thank you very much. Have a good night.
As someone who gets chirped a lot for stupid things I do, never messed up a Keurig. That's a first for me that I've heard. Sorry, Eric. I know we don't know each other, but had to throw that one out there. It takes a lot of hard work from a lot of people, a lot of passionate people about hockey to make the game happen. We've heard about our players, officials, volunteers, and leaders so far, but we've still got one very important group to recognize, and that's our coaches who make it all happen. For so many of our players, coaches play a pivotal role in their development on and off the ice. Lessons learned on the bench carry over into life, and often coaches spend time with players chatting about life outside the rink. These conversations shape players into the young adults that we become. To kick off our final segment, please welcome Atlantic affiliate coach-in-chief Ryan Carter.
Give me 1 second here, please, as I get to the page. #21, thank you. Good evening. It's my honor to present the Bob O'Connor Coaching Education Award to a truly deserving recipient, Andy Goydich. Andy, come on up. Andy's coaching journey began in 1996 at Rutgers University, driven by a love for the game and a passion for developing both players and coaches. In 2002, he joined our coaching education program, and for the past 24 years, 13 of those as an associate coach-in-chief, he's been a tireless advocate for coaching development. From his days as a player at Christian Brothers Academy, I forgive you, to now serving as their head coach. Andy continues to lead by example, always striving to learn, teach, and elevate others. He also serves as Vice President of Hockey Operations at the Jersey Shore Arena. Andy, thank you for your dedication and leadership. It is so deserving that you receive this honor. Congratulations. Well, it's great after 23 years. I finally get this one. All right. Good. Okay. I want to thank a couple of people. First off, referencing Dave Bond in your speech, yes, you do deserve that award. You've done tireless work for this district. My blessings to you. You're an awesome man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Also want to thank a couple of the OGs here with Alex DePalma, Mike Lichtenberger, Dave Bond, Kenny Haas, Jimmy Britt, and others in the room from 2002, 2003, when I first got roped in by Eddie Hernheisen and Mike Lichtenberger to say, hey, you should become a coach developer. It's a great world. What could go wrong? Actually been a great journey, and the third thanks goes to our staff that we currently have right now, from development from them till now. This award is for them as well. I mean, we do tireless work every day, every week on Zoom calls, and enjoy all the coaches' comments and whatnot, but we're developing coaches, and that's the most important thing. Last, I want to thank my rock, my wife. She's been through this with me for many years, and with good people and good families, there's always people that support and are the backbone, and that's my wife, Erin, and my daughters, Addie and Alex. Thank you for coming tonight, who now see that, wow, Zoom meetings every couple days a week, they actually mean something. So it's great. But thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Our Coach of the Year award goes to someone who exemplifies what it means to lead with passion, integrity, and purpose, Mr. Scott Bertoli. Originally from Milton, Ontario, Scott's hockey journey began as a youth player before he took his talents to Princeton University, where he played for the Tigers. Today, he brings the same drive and dedication to developing young athletes, both as head coach of Princeton Day School and as the head coach of the Junior Tigers, a team he's led to back-to-back NJYHL championships over the past 4 years. Scott's commitment to teaching the game the right way, instilling values of teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship, has left a lasting impact on his players, families, and the hockey community. Unfortunately, Scott could not be here this evening because he's at a baseball tournament with his son. So please join me in giving a round of applause to this year's Youth Coach of the Year, Scott Bertoli.
Welcome Brian Pekka, who will present our Girls Coach of the Year award.
Good evening, everyone. Wasn't sure if I was supposed to call myself up, so. All good. First of all, I want to congratulate all of our award and scholarship winners. Also, our new Hall of Famers, both Jake and Dave. I've had a pleasure of working with both of them over the past years, and well-deserved, so congratulations. Tonight, I have the honor of awarding our Girls Coach of the Year, Grace Kleinbach. I hope I'm getting that name right. As a coach for the Philadelphia Little Flyers, Grace brings perspective of a high-level player and the heart of a mentor. Her coaching goes beyond systems and drills. She creates a space where young female athletes feel seen, supported, and challenged to grow. Whether she's leading practice or encouraging a player through adversity, Grace sets a tone with her energy, professionalism, and belief in her team. Our district is lucky to have her as one of our coaches leading the way for women's hockey. Please join us in welcoming to the stage our Girls Coach of the Year, Grace Kleinbach.
Hello, everybody. So it is bright up here. So I just want to start by saying thank you guys for such a wonderful evening. You guys have done such a great job, and it's so wonderful to be around so many people who care so much about growing the game of hockey. Definitely want to thank Little Flyers and Stefan Charbonneau for all they've done to me for me over the years. Again, they're the first place that I've got my coaching start, so that's been really awesome. Very fortunate for that. I'd also like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my husband, Shane Morrissey. If it wasn't for him, I actually wouldn't be a coach at all. So he actually pulled me out our senior year of college to help him with the clinic, and that's how I got my coaching start. And from there, I decided, okay, I think I kind of like this. So it's been a really awesome experience. I've really enjoyed it. To the Atlantic District, thank you so much. I can't even begin to explain how honored I am to receive this award. When Ryan called me, I was definitely shell-shocked. I didn't really know what to think. So it was really exciting. Something like you never really expect, I suppose. But coaching's definitely been a huge part of my life over the last few years, and it does bring me a lot of joy to be able to grow the game that's given me so much. And I care a lot about not just building good players, but building good people. And I feel like I can give back to the hockey community in a good way, that everything that they've given me. So it's been a real honor, and I'm very grateful for this. And I look forward to continuing to grow the hockey community. Thank you.
Congrats to our coaches. I could speak firsthand. Again, 29 years old, played for a lot of coaches growing up, and I still have a lot of great relationships with the coaches that I played for when I was 10, 13. It's crazy to be here and think about a coach that you probably used to make fun of when you were a kid for being too much of a hardo when you were 10 years old, and now 20 years later, it's like, wow, he actually taught me something. So it's really cool to see that come full circle for everybody here. But we've covered it all tonight, from coaches, players, officials, volunteers, and leaders. It's been my honor to walk us through the countless stories of our game, and there are so many more that are still waiting to be written, and we're all part of one big hockey community. So on behalf of the Atlantic affiliate, I want to thank you all for attending and leave you with this message as we look to the upcoming season. But before we watch this video, I do want to welcome all the award winners back up to the stage one more time for one big group photo. And Glenn Heffron obviously has to have the final word tonight, so I have to welcome him back to the stage as well. Come on up, Glenn.
I just want to thank everyone again. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. One of the most important things of this sport is that we all feel like we belong, and belonging is very different than inclusion. Belonging is a feeling of the heart, and I hope everyone feels like they enjoyed themselves tonight. I have to give a couple of special thank yous out to this team at Fuerza Strategies, Jason and Alex and their entire team. They do all of our social media work. They do all of our filming, all the stories. They work tirelessly, and they put up with a lot of crap sometimes from me when I'm not too busy, which lately hasn't been that often. So thankful for them. But give them a big round of applause again. They really do an amazing job. And with that, throw it back to a closing video. Everyone enjoy the closing video. Thank you.
Tonight, we've celebrated the stories that make our game more than just a sport. We've honored families who built communities, players who broke barriers, volunteers who gave without asking, and programs that open doors for everyone. All of them different, all of them connected by one game. The game that teaches us to fall and get back up, to trust teammates, to dream bigger than the scoreboard. But the most powerful thing about tonight, these stories aren't over. In fact, they're just beginning. Because out there, in locker rooms, on backyard rinks, at early morning practices, the next great stories are already taking shape. And they need you. Your time, your voice, your support. Your belief that this game can be for anyone, anywhere. So, as we leave here tonight, remember, you don't have to be a star to make an impact. You just have to show up, lead, welcome someone in, lace up. Because it's one game, and there are still countless stories waiting to be written. Thank you for being part of this one. We'll see you on the ice.